Hello, good afternoon everyone. Happy blessed Saturday, gorgeous weather outside. My name is Charlene Francois. Today I'm going to be interviewing Stephen from Touching Base, right?
Yeah, Touching Base.
Touching Base. So it's a CIC, a community interest company. Okay, so please can you just give a round of applause first of all for Stephen. Welcome.
Thank you, Charlie.
And before I start, I always like to just read a little bio. Okay, so I have to read a little bio about your company.
Yeah, no worries, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, so our company's objective is to hold a series of discussions to educate, advise, and support Black and Asian men over 40 years of age who are in need of support with regards to mental well-being, employment, confidence, relationship issues, entrepreneurship, housing benefits, and advice. We'll be running 2 hourly discussions fortnightly across London and nationwide. All donation proceeds will be invested back into the communities. As a Black company ourselves, we understand the challenges that Black and Asian men face in this age group. Our goal is to advise individuals to overcome these obstacles and help reach their potential with our products and services available in order to assist fulfilling lives. As a Black company, we recognise the failure of natural talent that have been ignored. We are here as a company to add a brighter side of life.
Excellent.
So can I please ask you, Stephen, how long has your company been around for?
So we've been established now. We launched the company last year, in January last year. So it's just over a year, over a year basically.
And what was your reasons as to why you did it?
Yeah, so alright, interesting question. Basically, you're right. A Black man, growing up in Hackney, East London, myself, throughout the 70s, throughout the 80s, and just recognising basically what Black men go through as a young Black man myself, sort of coming up as in the city, you know, and realising that a lot of us don't actually fulfil our potential. You know, there's so much potential that we as Black men have, you know, and so much natural talents basically. But because of stress, because of life, because of those things that you mentioned, which is the thing that we sort of have all discussions on. So relationships, entrepreneurships, you know, a lot of us are really talented, but we don't actually have a source to
or know how to
basically. Exactly. Again, and all of these things, you know, I realise and recognise that it's not that we don't have these things basically, it's just that there's not being nurtured, or there's no one to sort of guide us along the way, you know. So it's just about so we're recognising those issues that Black men do have.
Yeah.
I thought, and the thing is as well, it's really when we get to the age of 40, because you know they say the age of 40 is like a U, basically like a U shape. You know, you start high, you go down low, and then you sort of raise again, if you like. And that's generally sort of what we go through as Black men. And again, being a Black man myself, as I said, you know, we know the faces and the tribulations and trials that we do go through.
Yeah.
And I thought it'd be a good idea to basically to put something in place to assist Black men, because you know we hear a lot of things of companies and organisations to do with Black boys, you know,
younger, like from the age of 18, even younger.
Exactly.
And when I saw that, I thought, okay, this is interesting, because from the age of 40, and I thought, why 40? Why not younger? But you know, I haven't really seen any other company do that.
Yeah, and again, hence which is why we sort of introduced the company and thought it'd be a good idea to sort of, you know, bring the company forth, because again, as you said, there's a lot of things in place for young Black men or in teenage, but nothing for men.
Exactly. Yeah.
And what you have to realise, and what I sort of realised, you know, from the company, is that if our Black men ain't sort of headstrong with our feet on the ground, then how can we expect our Black boys to have that sort of mentality, basically? You know, there's a lot of us as Black men that's broken, as I said, because of the programs and the sort of session that we do. You know, it's there to guide and support.
Yeah, so tell me what it's like. What are the sessions like then? Yeah,
so we have different sessions, you know, and we have sessions based on different topics. So our sessions normally gauge around 2-hour sessions basically, and they'll be, for example, in regards to mental health. So we'll have sessions on mental health, and when we say these sessions, I mean like we've got advocates to attend our sessions who would discuss their personal issues. We also have outreach basically that we can sort of you know, advise people to or give people support. So we basically
is it in person and online?
Yeah, so it's online as well, and then we have our online. We have our a section basically where you can sort of complete to arrange interviews, to arrange appointments where we sit down and have discussions, or we'll sort of invite people to come and have discussions with these individuals based on their requests.
Okay, and I did read that it's free membership, is that correct?
Yeah, it's a free membership. As it stands. We are thinking of making a charge, but as it stands, it's free membership.
And people get refreshments when they come as well?
Yeah, so there's refreshments when you attend, there's refreshments, we have hot drinks, cold drinks, biscuits, tea, and so on and so forth, you know. And again, it's just something to welcome people, basically, and make people feel at home, because that's the environment that we create. We create an environment whereby people feel comfortable, it's a safe environment, people can talk and express themselves, and everyone's there for the same purpose, basically, which is to enhance each individual. And you know, our motto basically is one hand can't clap. So you know, we basically believe that, you know, we need more than our organisation, I should say.
Teamwork.
Exactly, for it to strive, you know.
Do you have any other, you know, cultures there? Any other people there other than, you know, Asian and Black people? Because I did have someone say to me, okay, what about Caucasian people? So do other people come? Or? And
it's funny you asked that question, basically, because the company originally is designed for Black and Asian men, and the reason why it's not, we're not being racist, or you know there's no discretion in the sense of the company. But again, a Black man myself, recognizing where we come from, recognize the strive, the struggle, the strain that it takes for us to achieve, you know, and our achievements are different to people of different color. Caucasian, as you mentioned, you know, our achievements is different, basically, because we're first seen by our color, you know, and then we have to sort of express ourselves beyond our colour for people to sort of believe in us, if you like.
Understand us.
Exactly. We'll have the qualifications, and again, even so, when you have the qualifications as a Black man against a Caucasian man in England, you know, which is where we are, it's going to be a struggle. You're going to have to really try.
It's a struggle.
Yeah, exactly.
I know the feeling.
So again, you know, that's what we're here for. We're here as a company to enhance people, to give them that backbone, to give them that support, you know, to basically put them forward to other companies that can assist them, you know, and talk about it, basically, because what you find is that when we do discuss it, you know, we do enhance people, and we've got feedback from people who's attended our sessions. And the feedback has been like, it's tremendous, you know, like
how many people attend?
It ranges.
It's in Stoke Newington, isn't it?
It's in Stoke Newington.
Yeah, in a hall, like
it's in a youth centre. It's in a youth centre.
And how many people can attend as well?
I was going to say, so the numbers are endless. Like there's no discretion in regard to the numbers, you know. And again, we allow people to come at any time. So, for example, the session starts between 7:30 and 9:30. But if you come in at 9 o'clock, for example, you're welcome.
Oh, is it this morning? Or? No, obviously evening, right?
No, it's in the evening. Okay. Yeah, it's in the evening. But I'm just saying, you know, there's no restriction in regard to the timing, if you like.
And give us a feel for it. So, you know, if someone was to come there, what's the environment like?
Yeah, so again, as I said, so it's a youth centre. And I'll just give you an example. I remember when we first did the first session, and there was a lot of people who grew up in Stoke Newington, you know, that I knew, basically, and it came to the session. And it was interesting because a lot of them said that, you know, it felt like home.
That's nice.
Basically being in the youth centre, in the community centre, where a lot of them grew up. They've obviously gone and done their own thing in life, and then Touching Base, the company that we are, brought it back to Stoke Newington, which was intentionally as well, because I wanted to bring the company back to where we grew up.
Where you grew up. Is that why it's called Touching Base? What's the...
No, so the meaning behind Touching Base is just, again, touch base.
Okay.
You know, because that's again, it's something that comes off the tongue. You touch base, you make sure
you check in with everyone's all right, their mental well-being. How are you? You know, like generic questions, really.
Yeah, exactly. So it's touching base in that regard. And again, as you said, you know, we check in different. Just make sure people are all right. We do have a network as well. You know, where basically people who's attended our sessions. They've sort of linked up with other people who's attended the sessions.
Okay, yeah.
And then again, they utilise each other for their own sort of benefits. You know, for example, I could think of a couple of people basically who sort of linked up through Touching Base.
Network.
Yeah, and it's networking basically. So that's what we're there for as well. And it's again, you know, there's no hard rule with Touching Base, if you like. We're here for a purpose.
Yes.
There's no restrictions on what we do. As I said, anybody's welcome.
That's lovely.
We are here initially for Black and Asian men, but again, as you say, that I've heard people ask us the question: can women attend? You know, because I've had women attend basically, and it was a pleasure to actually have a female present in what we've done. Again, you know, in regards to racism, I've heard comments on our social media of why we sort of specifying why we specifying black people and not white people involved. And again, there's no racism in regards to it at all. It's just that as a black man, as I said, coming from the inner city, I realised the struggles that we go through, and I realised that a lot of black men don't have that support, basically, or that support network, and there's nothing in place. And as you said earlier on, you know, there's not many black organisations for black men over the age of 40.
Can you tell us a bit more about your back? I've got two questions actually.
Yeah.
So when people do attend, will they be different like counsellors there? So you'll be present, right?
Yes,
so
I'm always present.
Is there someone else have you got other people that we're talking to?
Yeah, so again, as I said, so we have advocates basically.
Advocates.
So in regards to different sessions that we discuss, we hire someone to come in and discuss, for example, mental health. We've had discussions in regards to entrepreneurship, so we employ someone to come in.
Oh, okay,
that discussion.
Okay, yeah. So it's like a one-to-one or a group?
It's a group session, and what we do as well, Charlie, we actually make sure that people sit in a circle.
Okay.
You know, which is part of our sort of way of communicating.
That's nice.
Yeah. So people sit in a circle, and that way, you know, no one's in front of anybody else. Everybody could see everybody. Basically, you can see each other's emotions.
Yeah, that's
you can
lovely.
see each other's expressions, because a lot of it as well is about body language and expressions. You know, and giving the people a chance, basically, because a lot of us just need that chance or that support. You know, and empathy. You know, a lot of us need empathy as well, and I think as black men, we don't really get much empathy from each other, basically, you know?
Yeah, I guess when you're sitting in a circle as well, it's nice, just a nice feeling, isn't it? I remember like doing that at school, actually.
Exactly.
You sit in a circle
it creates a nice vibe, basically.
Definitely a nice vibe,
and then people, because what it does, it makes people feel together.
Definitely, that's
basically.
lovely.
So that's the whole idea.
I'd like to attend one day, actually.
No, 100%,
what it's like.
100%.
Do you mind giving us a bit about your background as well? So growing up, what was life like for you?
Yeah, so before I answer that question, I was just going to say, ACYO. Yeah, we are in the process of trying to collaborate, basically, you know, in that sense. And the reason, you know, for it, if you like, is because, you know, ACYO itself, as you know, they specialise more, I would say, within children and education and support in that regards. We deal for men. But one thing that's missing, and again, why we introduce women to our sessions, because I believe we need black women there as well, or we need women there, because, you know, women support children, obviously, and women support men. You know, so
it's
I think
true, you know, we're very special people.
No,
and it's Women's International Day.
So women definitely important in all angles. You know, and we recognise
100%,
and we recognise it as a company.
Yes.
And we believe that what it takes, you know, again, for support and advice, which is what we do, is to have black women present, basically, as I said, so we can support the black males, young men, and also for the black men as well, basically. So, you know, as I said, in one hand can't clap. We all need to do it together to make
unity.
Each other. Yeah, that's how we become strong. That's how we become
solid.
Thank you,
Stephen. That's lovely. I would 100%. I'd like to come.
Yeah,
not far. What's the N?
It's N16.
N16. Yeah, it's North London.
Yeah, North London. Yeah.
Okay,
it's in Hackney, basically.
Yeah.
So just to say, we've actually stopped or paused, I should say, at present our sessions, but we are intending to.
So when will it revert?
We're going to revert. What are we now? Hopefully by the summer. So by June, the next couple of months.
Are you doing online sessions? Or?
We will be as well.
Okay.
Yeah, we will be doing it.
No problem. All right. Yeah, just keep us posted.
Yeah,
you know, we'll promote that for you. So life for you growing up, what was it like?
Yeah, so life for me.
So
I grew up in Hackney myself. I grew up in Stonewall. I grew up in the ghetto. Grew up in estates, basically. I grew up in an estate. I've got four brothers. I've got four brothers. I never had any sisters. And I had a single parent mother, basically. You know, like a lot of us, basically. A lot of my peers who I grew up with in the estate was in the same sort of principle. You know, have brothers and sisters. My mummy was sort of, you know, doing it on her own. Era. So we grew up a lot in youth clubs. You know, grew up a lot knocking your neighbour's door for sugar and rear and bread and whatever.
Not Dan Ginger.
No, that was it. That era, exactly. That era, not Dan Ginger era. Exactly. Yeah, 100%.
I'll never do that again.
And run outs and having run outs and we played street games, didn't we? We never had arcade games and so forth. So we played street games. We chased each other. Who's the fastest runner, basically, or. You know, like you said, knockdown ginger or bulldog.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even remember bulldog. Bulldog was like one person stood at one end, and you had to sort of try and run and touch the wall, basically.
Oh yeah. That's another name for it.
But so we created our own games, didn't we? And conkers and you know what I mean, marbles and we come from that era, if you like. You know what I mean? But yes, but we was always disciplined. You know, mummy was very disciplined. And even though my mum was about on her own, she had 4 boys, as I said, so she was like very military with
4
us.
boys, you know.
Yeah.
I've got 2, I can't imagine.
Yeah, in that area. And we're 2 years apart. We're all 2 years apart, basically.
Wow, that's lovely though.
Yeah.
Are you all close?
Yeah, we're close.
That's
we're
lovely,
close.
really nice.
We're close.
And you mentioned that there was youth clubs.
Yeah, so we grew up in the middle of the estate, had a youth centre.
And that's what I was speaking to my friend about, because now we don't have much youth clubs. We don't
that's right.
that I know of anyway.
No, not many.
And it's really difficult. Do you feel that's one of the reasons as to why there's a lot of chaos going on?
Yeah, because they just asked the question. I think, as you said, I remember, like I said, growing up in a youth club. And there was many, you know, when I was growing up in areas, one across the road, one in the middle of the flats, one down the back of the flats. And people got together.
Yes.
You know, so there was no war, if you like, because everyone in the era came to the youth club, you know, and in the youth club you played music, so people learn how to MC, for example. You could wire up your sound system.
Sports, there's lots
to do. Sports going on there. We used to go camping.
Yes.
You know, we used to do things basically, and again, you become a unity. You know, with your community basically, and you know each other and you support each other. You know, so
now we've got postcode wars and even in my days as well. Years ago, there was a bus that would come around on my estate where I used to live, and it would collect me and my friends. And you know, this estate would take us. It's called Friday Club.
Okay.
Come around on a Friday. We'd do activities.
Yes,
it was so nice. You know, give my mum a break.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't hear about these things nowadays.
No,
you know, it's really sad. They say it's due to government funding. You know, obviously they're on a budget, but I'm sure somehow, you know, people can do what you're doing, for example, getting, like you say.
That's right. You do independently, basically, which is what we're doing.
Exactly,
We're doing independently. You know, we can see the issues, or we can see where there's a sort of niche, if you like. And that's what we do. We hire the youth clubs, or if saying that, where we actually come from, they sort of gave us the youth club, if you like. But
okay, that's nice.
We hire the youth club in that respect, and hire venues, you know, to do what we're doing. And just trying to get that awareness, you know, because as I said, there's a lot of us who come from where we come from, but all we just need is that togetherness some more, basically, with that support,
yes.
you know, or confidence, basically, because a lot of us love confidence as well. And again, the reason why we started for specifically 40 and over is because, you know, as I said, with the sort of life scenario, a lot of us start higher, you know, we come down by the time we're 40, and then as we're going on to our 50s, life sort of spring back up again. You know, because that's true, because we realise what life is, we get experience, we've been through things.
Learn from the mistakes.
Yeah, we've been through things that we're not going to go there again you know. And so we become better, basically, as people, you know. And as I said, so we're touching base, based on people over 40, it's for, as I said, mental health. Relationships, we discuss relationships. A lot of us have been broken in relationships and need that support to, you know, and listen to someone else or seeing someone else's point of view. Employment. A lot of us have had employment or not in the right employment that we would like to be, you know, because of whatever issues that we've failed, you know. So again, it's about bringing that out of people again, you know. And again, a lot of us have natural talents, as I said, and because of life and life battles, we sort of put our natural talents aside. You know, when we had our session, for example, we had the discussion and talking about natural talents, and people were saying how they used to be good at football. You know, I used to have a trumpet. I used to play a trumpet myself.
Okay, so he's into music?
Yeah, I used to play a trumpet. So in school I had a trumpet, I used to play trumpet. And what happened? If the trumpet got stolen, I always had a trumpet, even after leaving school. And when I was about 21, basically, the trumpet got stolen. And my mother bought me the trumpet, And again, because I know how hard my mother worked and I know what she's trying to inspire for her children, it's already broke my heart in that regard, you know. So for years, I never had this trumpet, Charlie. But about 2 years ago, I bought the trumpet. And I used to walk past this shop where I used to go to work, in a musical shop. And I used to always walk past and see this trumpet. And I think, you know what? I have to get this trumpet one day. Because what I realised is that there was something missing.
It was sentimental to you.
It was sentimental, but there was something missing. And again, you know, sentimental in myself. And who you are, because again, our natural talents are who we really are, you know. But because of life, as I said, we sort of end up diverting from who we really are. For most of us, a lot of us, basically, you know. You know, when you look at, for example, children who go to private school, I use that as an example. They are, you know, they're basically trained or taught their natural talents. So by the time they leave education, they're doing what
They're more confident.
they're doing what they want to do,
Yes,
basically. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not that way for a lot of us, basically, as black men. We don't really do that. And like I said, if the natural talent that we did have, by the time we link up with this person, or we've gone through life here, or we might have gone to prison here, or we've fallen out that relationship, or education ain't gone right for us for whatever reason, whatever the case is, we look back and we think, wow, man, I could have been.
Exactly.
We hear this story all the time. I could have, I should have, you know. And again, that's what touching base here.
No,
so we can try and prevent people or steer in the right direction, basically.
It's such a wake up call for me. Like, you know, I do believe that when you meet people, they give you like certain messages. So you're making me think, because I'm in my 30s now, and I have been thinking of late, okay, when I'm in my 40s, what do I want to achieve?
Yes.
What kind of relationship do I want to be in? Because it's about making like wise decisions and really thinking really thoroughly about who you're hanging around with.
What you want to do is it's who you are.
Who you are.
You know, because I think that's where it starts from. Who you are. My dad used to say, everything is for man, but not everything is for you. So everything is for mankind, you know. Yeah, and it is, when you think about it, we can have everything we want.
Yeah, true.
The biggest this, the that, whatever you want to try and go out there and achieve, I should say, it's possible. Yeah, but not everything is for you.
True. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's not,
because it may not fit you, or you may not like the thing.
Might not be in alignment.
It may not be. Exactly. It may it's not in alignment with your life. But a lot of us trying to inspire things or go for things because of what's put in front of us.
Yeah.
So I think first of all as well, it's about, as I said, learning who you are. Because once you've learned who you are, then you know what you're gonna go for, or what mistake, or even mistakes. You know, because you may inspire to do something, but when you really think who you are, you think, you know what, that's not really for me. Who you are,
definitely.
That's what you are. Yes, you can try something else, but are you comfortable? Is that really you? Put it this way: most celebrities, basically, most celebrities are doing what they love. So they're getting paid for doing what they love, basically. Whether you're a DJ, whether you're an actress, a performer, whatever the case is, you're getting paid for something you love. So that's what we need to try and put our minds to.
Do what you love, find what you love.
I've met a friend of mine, my mum's friend, recently. My mum passed away about 10 years ago.
I'm so sorry.
And I met a friend of mine, mum's, recently. And she said to me, Stephen, she said, you were always very stubborn, she was saying. This just reminds me. She said, you was always a stubborn young boy. But she said your mum used to slap you to put you in place, but she didn't want you to lose your stubbornness, she said. Because she said she knew that when you know, it would benefit you, I should say, as an adult. You know, having that sort of discipline. So, you know what I mean?
Thank you, and it's just so nice you said that. As I said, it is Women's International Day, so big up all the women.
Big up all the women, definitely. Men as well, obviously, but yes, we'll, you know, give thanks for that. Women's International Day. But thank you again, Stephen. So you are the founder. Yes, I'm the founder of Touching.
You are the founder. So please do get in touch with Stephen on Instagram if you have any questions. It's Charlene Francois here, everyone. I'm representing ACYO, the African Caribbean Youth Organisation. Okay, so give them a follow as well on social media platforms. Are you on Facebook?
Yes, we're on Facebook, we're on
TikTok, Instagram. And lovely.
Yeah.
All right, guys, have a lovely day. Enjoy the sunshine. Today and tomorrow, I think Monday is going to be back, you know, raining, but it's still warm, so we give thanks.
Yeah, enjoy the day.
Have a lovely day, everyone.